The Eightfold Path, Buddhism's blueprint for living ethically. The Eightfold Path is a profound framework offered by Buddhism that guides us in cultivating a life of mindfulness, ethical conduct, and wisdom. It's a path that doesn't ask for blind faith, but instead invites us to verify its truths through our own experience. It is as relevant today as it was over 2 millennia ago when the Buddha first expounded it. Let's start with right understanding, the first aspect of the path. This isn't merely intellectual comprehension. It's about seeing things as they truly are. It requires a direct perception of the reality that life is impermanent, that suffering exists, and that all phenomena are devoid of a separate, permanent self. This understanding dissolves the illusion of isolation, giving rise to compassion and wisdom. Now consider how you view your life and the world around you. Are you seeing through the lens of personal biases and preconceived notions, or are you allowing the true nature of things to reveal itself? The way we perceive reality shapes our thoughts, actions, and ultimately, our entire life. Moving on, we have right intent, which aligns our motives with our newfound understanding. It encourages us to let go of desires that arise from ignorance and to cultivate intentions of renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness. This shifts the trajectory of our lives from a self-centered existence to one of generosity and compassion. As you interact with others, reflect on the driving force behind your actions. Are they rooted in kindness and the desire to do no harm, or are there traces of self-serving motivations? Our intentions set the groundwork for our future experiences, thus purifying them is of utmost importance. Next is right speech. It isn't just about avoiding falsehood. It's about speaking truthfully, harmoniously, and with a beneficial purpose. It's about using speech to create peace rather than discord. We shape the world not just with our hands, but also with our words. How often do you speak without considering the impact of your words? Right speech teaches us to be mindful and deliberate in our communication, ensuring that what we say promotes understanding and connection rather than separation or pain. Right action follows seamlessly, focusing on ethical conduct through our physical deeds. It means abstaining from harming living beings, from taking what is not given, and from sexual misconduct. Right action is the embodiment of our internal ethical code in the physical realm. Consider your daily actions. Are they reflective of the respect and care you hold for the well-being of others? Our actions have ripples that extend far beyond the immediate moment, affecting our environment, our relationships, and the course of our lives. Proceeding to right livelihood, we are encouraged to earn our living in a way that does not cause harm and is ethically sound. This aspect of the path challenges us to look at how our work affects others and the world at large. Does your career contribute to the well-being of the community, or does it detract from it? Right effort is the cultivation of an energetic will to prevent unwholesome states and to generate wholesome ones. It's about steering our mind away from negative thought patterns and fostering positive ones. It's a diligent effort to keep our inner garden free from the weeds of greed, hatred, and delusion. Ask yourself, what are you cultivating in the garden of your mind? Are you nurturing seeds of peace, love, and understanding, or allowing the overgrowth of negative emotions to take root? Right mindfulness is the practice of being aware and present in the moment. It's about being fully attentive to our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and the environment around us. It's the antidote to the mindlessness that often directs our lives. In this moment, are you truly present, Or are you somewhere else, lost in thoughts of the past or future? Mindfulness brings us back to the here and now, the only place where life truly unfolds. Finally, right concentration refers to the development of deep states of mental unification and stability. It's about training the mind to be one-pointed and free from distraction. It is through such concentration that profound insight arises. In your day-to-day life, how often do you find your mind scattered? Through the practice of concentration, we can develop a mind that is serene and powerful, capable of penetrating into the deepest truths of existence. With these aspects of the Eightfold Path, we have a blueprint for an ethical, mindful, and wise life. But it's important to remember that these practices are interdependent and mutually supportive. They are like the strands of a single thread, woven together to create a strong and resilient cord. As we continue, let's consider how these principles can be applied in our daily lives, not as rigid rules but as fluid and adaptable practices that respond to the unique circumstances we face. Navigating the nuances of nobility, the ethical embodiment of the Eightfold Path. In this segment, we delve further into the practical application of the Eightfold Path, focusing on the subtle art of living these principles in the dynamic tapestry of daily life. Right. Understanding and right intent, the wisdom aspects of the path, are not static achievements but ongoing processes. As we engage with the world, our understanding deepens, and our intentions require constant refinement. It is through the continuous practice of mindfulness that we can maintain clarity of understanding and purity of intent. Let's consider right speech in greater depth. It's easy to overlook the transformative power of words. Each conversation is an opportunity to practice right speech, to choose words that are kind, meaningful, and helpful. But what does this look like in practice? It's the choice to listen actively, to speak with empathy, and to avoid gossip and harsh language. In the realm of right action, every decision is a chance to act with integrity. It's a commitment to non-harm in all our deeds, from the products we buy to the way we treat others. The simplicity of our choices, like choosing not to steal or causing harm, has profound implications. It fosters a world where trust and safety are the norms, not the exceptions. Right. Livelihood asks us to make a living in a way that is in harmony with our deepest values. It's about aligning our professional lives with our spiritual aspirations. The work we do can be a powerful form of service, contributing positively to our community and the world. How does your work reflect your commitment to well-being, both your own and that of others? The keystone of right effort is balance. Too much effort can lead to burnout, while too little can result in stagnation. It's about finding the sweet spot where we are engaged and productive but not stressed or overwhelmed. We must be vigilant in nurturing wholesome qualities while restraining those that lead us away from peace. Mindfulness, encapsulated in right mindfulness, is a quality we can bring to every moment. It's the practice of being fully present with whatever we are doing, whether it's eating, walking, talking, or listening. This presence of mind brings a richness to experience that is often missed when we're distracted. Consider how you can bring mindfulness into the simple activities of your day. Can you be fully present as you drink a glass of water, feeling the coolness as it flows, the sensation as it quenches your thirst? This is where the profound practice of mindfulness begins. Right concentration is often associated with meditation, but it's not limited to formal practice. It's about developing a focused and undistracted mind in all areas of life. When we're concentrated, we can give our full attention to our children, our work, and our own inner experiences. Let's now reflect on how these elements of the Eightfold Path interact. They're not isolated practices, but facets of a single jewel, each reflecting and enhancing the others. They are like the instruments in an orchestra, each contributing to a harmonious whole. As you go about your day, observe how these principles come into play. Notice when your understanding influences your intent and when your speech and actions are aligned with that intent. See how your livelihood supports your effort, mindfulness, and concentration. The path isn't about perfection, but about progress. It's about becoming more aware, more compassionate, and more aligned with the deepest truths of life. It's a journey of 1,000 steps, and each step is taken in the present moment. As we integrate the Eightfold Path into our lives, we start to see changes. Our relationships become more harmonious, our minds more peaceful, and our hearts more open. We become a refugee for ourselves and for others, a source of stability and clarity in a chaotic world. The luminous tapestry of transformation, weaving the threads of the Eightfold Path into daily life. As we progress further into the heart of the Eightfold Path, we observe how these principles are not just abstract concepts, but vital, living experiences that weave through the fabric of our everyday existence. The journey through the Eightfold Path is a transformative process that reshapes our understanding of self and world. Right. Understanding evolves as we encounter life's impermanence and interconnection firsthand. This isn't just a passive realization, but an active engagement with the transient nature of all things. The more we embrace the fluidity of life, the less we grasp, and the more freedom we find. In the flow of daily life, right intent becomes our inner compass. It guides our decisions and colors our perceptions. With intentions grounded in wisdom and compassion, our smallest gestures can become acts of kindness. The way we greet someone, the attention we give to a child, or the patience we show in a traffic jam, all become expressions of our deepest intentions. Right speech, when practiced consistently, cultivates an environment of trust and respect. It's a reminder that our words can sow seeds of harmony or discord. In conversations, are we building bridges or walls? Our speech can be as healing as medicine or as cutting as a blade, and the choice is always in our hands. With right action, we see that our ethical choices shape our character. Each action is a brushstroke in the portrait of our lives. By choosing actions that are in harmony with our values, we paint a picture of integrity and trustworthiness. It's not only about avoiding harmful actions, but also about proactively doing good, serving others, and protecting the vulnerable. Right livelihood encourages us to align our professional life with our spiritual values. It's a call to engage in work that not only provides for our needs but also serves a greater good. Can our work support sustainability, promote well-being, and foster positive change? When we choose a livelihood that reflects our commitment to ethical living, we make our work an extension of our practice. The cultivation of right effort is about maintaining a balanced approach to our spiritual development. It's about knowing when to push forward and when to rest. In the garden of the mind, we must be attentive gardeners, watering the positive seeds and pulling out the weeds of negativity. It's a dynamic balance, one that requires us to be attuned to the needs of the moment. Right mindfulness is the thread that weaves throughout all these practices, bringing awareness and presence to every aspect of our lives. It's what allows us to live fully in each moment, to appreciate the simple joys, and to navigate challenges with grace. By being mindful, we become fully engaged with life, experiencing the depth and breadth of each moment. Finally, right concentration brings a depth of focus that illuminates the path. It's the steady flame that lights our way, allowing us to see clearly and move forward with confidence. Whether in meditation or in the midst of activity, concentration enables us to bring all of our resources to bear on the task at hand. As we weave these principles into the fabric of our lives, we create a tapestry that is rich with wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness. This tapestry has the power to hold and transform not only our own lives but also the lives of those around us. The Eightfold Path is not a solitary journey. As we walk this path, we travel together, supporting one another, learning from one another, and growing together. The beauty of this path is that it opens our hearts to the interconnectedness of all beings. We begin to see that our liberation is bound up with the liberation of all. With each step on the Eightfold Path, we contribute to a collective movement toward greater understanding, peace, and harmony in the world. It's a path that leads not just to personal awakening, but to the awakening of our communities, our societies, and our world. Let's take a moment now to reflect on how these practices have shown up in your life recently. How have they influenced your interactions, your choices, and your sense of purpose? The dawn of enlightened action, cultivating wisdom, compassion, and peace through the Eightfold Path. In this final chapter of our exploration, we contemplate the cumulative and transformative impact of embodying the Eightfold Path. Through the lens of wisdom and compassion, we witness the flowering of our individual consciousness and the nurturing of a collective awakening. As practitioners of the path, we have journeyed through the realms of understanding, intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. Each element has contributed to a profound internal shift, aligning our inner world with the harmonious order of the universe. The fruit of this alignment is a life lived with enlightened action. Each step taken with mindful awareness reverberates through the interconnected web of existence, echoing the potential for change and growth. Our personal transformation becomes the seed of transformation for the world. The ripple effect of righteous living. The beauty of the Eightfold Path is that it does not exist in isolation within the meditator's cushion or the philosopher's musings. It lives and breathes in the marketplace, the schoolroom, the office, and the home. Each interaction infused with right speech creates a symphony of harmony that softens hearts. Each right action builds a legacy of trust and respect that transcends time and space. The ethical imperative of right livelihood. In a world where commerce and industry have often diverged from the well-being of the planet and its inhabitants, right livelihood emerges as an ethical imperative. It calls upon us to redefine success, to measure it not in terms of profit and power, but in the currency of kindness, sustainability, and social justice. As we align our professional endeavors with these values, we contribute to a global shift towards a more equitable and compassionate world economy. The collective consciousness of right effort. The balanced exertion of right effort ensures that our shared journey towards enlightenment is sustainable. It reminds us that every individual's awakening contributes to the collective consciousness. As we each tend to the garden of our minds, we help to cultivate a global landscape where wisdom and benevolence can flourish. The shared silence of right concentration. In the silence of right concentration, we find a profound unity with all beings. In the depths of focused meditation, the illusion of separation falls away. We discover that in the stillness of concentration lies a profound connection to all life, a silent communion that transcends words and touches the essence of our being. The radiant impact of mindful living. As we live mindfully, we become lighthouses of presence, guiding others through the stormy seas of distraction and haste. Our mindful living serves as a beacon to those lost in the fog of unconscious living, illuminating a path to tranquility and awareness. The emergence of a global ethic. The collective practice of the Eightfold Path gives rise to a global ethic, one that honors the interdependence of all life and recognizes the sanctity of our shared existence. This ethic does not discriminate by nationality, race, religion, or species. It is an ethic born of the recognition that we are all passengers on the same vessel, Earth, navigating through the cosmos. As we conclude this exploration, we stand at the threshold of a new era, an era where the principles of the Eightfold Path are not just personal guidelines, but the foundation of a global civilization. The dawn of this enlightened action is upon us, and we are its harbingers. With every mindful breath, every kind word, every ethical choice, we are weaving a new world, a world where wisdom, compassion, and peace are not ideals in the distant future but the living reality of now. Let us step forward with courage and hope, for the path is clear, and the journey is ours to make. The Eightfold Path is not merely a philosophy to be studied, it is a call to enlightened action. May we rise to meet it with the fullness of our hearts and the steadfastness of our resolve.